Videos dedicated to all the people that's mad at God. People that think that God taking too long with their situation. People that got the question like, dang God, why you had to do me like that? Thought we was cool, bro. This video is dedicated to you, my dear friends. Please be encouraged. I hope that something rubs off on you, just a little bit tonight. Let's go ahead and get this started. So I encourage you all to go read the story of Lazarus. It is in John chapter 11. But the first thing that I want to bring up about this story, which we can all relate to, is Lazarus was a regular guy. He had sin, he had shortcomings, he was fleshly, right? So it never said anywhere that he was like the person in church all the time or anything special. He was just regular. And even at him being regular, God loved him. Jesus was in love with Lazarus. That was one of his dear friends. Shortest scripture in the Bible that we can ever find. Only time that we hear about this happening, Jesus weeping, right? Second thing to think about in this story, Lazarus has a situation. Lazarus winds up getting sick. And his sickness escalates to the point of death. And if you really think about it, it's kind of like crazy. Because it's like, well, dang, Lazarus was so close to Jesus. He's a friend of Jesus. Why he out here getting sick? Jesus healing everybody and their mama, and Lazarus out here dying. Like, where was you at, Jesus? So we get the same feeling about our situations. We say, God, I'm close with you. I'm at church. I'm in relationship with you. Why is this happening to me? Why is it appearing as if you're not here with me? Why does it look like God not on his job? There's a space of time between when Jesus was told about Lazarus being sick and actually when Jesus showed up at the gravesite. Correlation between that and the amount of faith that we have, because there's this pattern. The longer God takes, the less faith it is that we have. And it's amazing because you see Jesus as he gets there. The sisters are approaching him and they're like, Jesus, if you'd have been here, Lazarus wouldn't have died. But in all of that, it thickens the plot. That weight thickens the plot, but it also is a test of our faith. So in response to their unbelief and their lack of faith, which Jesus is troubled by, he declares who he is. He's saying, I am the resurrection, I am the life. And it just reminds us, if we go back to the beginning of the Bible, when Moses is being told by God, tell him I am. Tell him I am the answer to all of their issues. I'm the one that's going to bring them out. So Jesus, in response to their unbelief, their lack of faith, he tells them who he is. Look at this story. The story ends on a high point. It's at a climax. Lazarus has been dead 4 days. Us in our situations, we've given up fully on God because it appears as if we've been overtaken. In the midst of all of the unbelievers, all the people who doubted in this entire situation, Jesus looks up, because of course he knows where his help comes from. He looks up and he thanks God. And he says, I'm doing this so that they will believe. So they'll believe who I am, so they'll believe that who you are, Father. And he cries out with a loud voice, and he says, Lazarus, come forth. And after this man been dead 4 days from the dead, he runs about the grave, he hopping, all this. And it makes everybody believe. The last and final part that I need all of you to get is the understanding that comes from verse 4. And it says that this sickness is not unto death, but unto the glory of God. So you can fill that in with whatever situation you're in. Your situation is not unto death or the appearance of death or failure or any of that, but it's unto the glory of God. God desires to get glory out of your situation. And there was this thing that the Lord had me write down that I have to read, and it says the most beautiful part of this story is that God is demonstrating our ability as people to resurrect and rise from situations that have the appearance again of death. So not only, yes, did Jesus rise, but we too have that ability to rise. Be encouraged today. I truly believe that we all can get to the point where we overcome these situations, and not just overcome, but give God glory in everything. So be blessed today, be encouraged, and again, go read the story of Lazarus. It's in John chapter 11. You will not be disappointed.